Hey, how y'all doing? This Rick Sincere with MTMV Sports, man. I am here, blessed. Yeah, y'all don't even know, yo. I'm here with the icon himself, man, the Grambling State icon, XFL former star, yo, and the United Bowl champion, two-time, right? United Bowl champion with the Massachusetts Pirates, Mr. Excitement himself, Martez Carter. Sir, how you doing today?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, bro. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing well, bro. Look, I just told you before, and I said on camera, bro. Championships follow you everywhere you go. How did that feel?
It feels real good, man. Actually, it starts in the locker room. It starts away from football. It starts at practice. When I first got to the Massachusetts Pirates, bro, I kind of gelled the team together. Nobody was hanging out. Nobody went out to eat together. You had our coach, like everybody hung out in different sectors. But I ended up moving there, and I got a hookah lounge. I brought a couple of hookahs, and you know what I'm saying. Everybody started coming to my house smoking hookah, playing the game, and that just made us want to ride for each other. You know what I'm saying? It just made everybody want to do more. Like, this is my dog, this is my partner. You know what I'm saying? And that relationship starts everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? And Mark Ingram taught me that. Mark Ingram, when I played for the Saints, Mark Ingram was the one who like was the funny guy, and then he was the one everybody went to, and I just kind of took that with me and just mended that with all my teams, and it just helped me along the whole way to just kind of like bring us together outside of football. So when we do play football, if he can't get that block, he finna try to get that block. If he can't, you know what I'm saying? It just helped us along the way by coming together as brothers more than teammates.
Man, I love that. And the last time we spoke, you had just signed with the Saints, right? You were just kind of getting into that opportunity, and you
Uh-huh.
told me about how that locker room was and
Uh-huh.
how fun it was, and they was playing basketball all the time and stuff like
Facts.
that. So I love the fact that you took that and then took that with you and turned that team into a real brotherhood.
Facts.
Yo, so the last time I saw you on the football field, like I didn't get to see everything right with the Massachusetts Pirates, but the last time I saw you myself was at XFL, right? You were
Uh-huh.
tearing up the XFL, right? You were flipping in the end zones, right? You were catching the on like on the sideline interviews. Man, talk to me about that experience. How was that for you?
It was a long experience, man. Actually, I wasn't one of the favorites. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the university that I went to, HBCUs aren't the guys that are, you know what I'm saying, most favorable. You know what I'm saying? Because of the level of competition that we play in. So they feel like, oh, if he was at a bigger school, he had the same success. So going into the program, I was like fifth on the depth chart, fourth on the depth chart, fighting for a spot. But once I got my shot, I just took full advantage of it. And you can't put me in front of a camera, especially when I'm having a great day like that. I'm gonna take full advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? So by me having that great game and then them coming to interview me, it showed people who I was. I come alive in the nighttime. You know what I'm saying? Them lights came on, and
I come
it
alive
was
in the
it.
nighttime.
Yeah, it was everything that I was bred to be. You know what I'm saying? You give me that opportunity, I'm gonna shed light on me, my family, and anybody that supported me. So they gave me that spotlight, and I just took full advantage of that. And it was exciting because I didn't play the first game, and then we had a home game, and I got a little play time. I just did kickoff return, and then we came back and played again, and I was named the starting running back just off the strength of taking advantage of the opportunity that I had at hand, which was waiting for my time to shine.
Man, look, so I was paying attention to all the teams in XFL, but I was definitely paying attention to where you were, right? Because I knew
Right,
what the deal was. I'm a Grambling night. So I
right,
knew what the deal was from Grambling. I knew what the deal was when, got a chance to sign with the Saints. And I
right.
knew what the deal was going to be. And when you touched the ball, I was like, that's the dude I know. That's the Martez I'm expecting to see. And when you flipped into the end zone, they came and brought that camera to you. I knew it was over, bro.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'm not so much of a practice player. I
Mhm.
got a Ray Lewis mentality. At practice, you can't really get a good look of how it is because you can't take a guy to the ground. You know what I'm saying? So in that aspect, I can't give them what they're looking for. I'm not that showroom guy. I'm not a showroom car. I'm a test drive car. I got to take this car out. I got to see how I drive. I got to see how I ride. I got to see how it is in the city, how it's going to do in traffic, how it's going to hold up if I want to put it on the road. And that's
Facts.
how it is in the game. Whenever I get in the game, I got to see that these guys can actually tackle me. These guys can actually make that play. It's easy to run by a guy and tag him off. But then when I put you in a phone booth with a lightning bolt. You know what I'm saying? Them shots firing, them shots flying. Then what? You can run off a tag guy and be like, I would have made that play. But when you really got to pull that trigger and you close your eyes, it's 9 times out of 10 you're gonna miss that target. You feel me? So they just had to give me a chance to get somebody who actually was trying to stop me, and we not wearing the same jersey. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tag me off in a real game. So that's all I needed was a chance to have an opportunity to play against another team.
Yo, it hit different when it's real. It hit different when it's real.
Most certainly.
Yo, so okay. Now you're days away right now from starting another season, right?
Yeah, February 15th is camp date.
Okay. So you're looking to 3P at this point, right?
So we won our division, which is that hat right there.
Okay.
And then we won the championship.
Okay.
So we won our side of the bracket, which was like the AFC, something like championship, and then we won the actual championship. So this would be my second championship I'm chasing right now, and then a second division.
So what are you most excited about going into the season?
Coming into this season, they had some trouble at running back, which it took them down in numbers. And I had just came back off an Achilles injury. So I had been out for 11, 12 months on that injury. And I was real skeptical about it. And I was just joking with one of my friends, Ahmad Dixon and Harlan Miller. They played with me on the defense at the XFL at the Wildcats. And they played for the Massachusetts Pirates. So those guys called me and they was just telling me about a funny event on which Corona was coming out. And I was just telling them jokes, like I was preaching to them, like if you drink Corona beer, the Corona won't come near. So we was just joking in the locker room. And I was like, y'all playing football somewhere? And he was like, yeah, we just lost our running back. What's up? And I was like, man, tell your coach come get me. And I was just joking. You feel me? I was just joking because I didn't want to play football at the time because I was still in rehab. But the coach texted me the next day and was like, I saw your highlights. Harlan showed me your highlights. We want to get you up here. So I'm like, should I take it or not? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if I'm stable enough. But anyway, I ended up going on a vacation the next week, and I told him I'd get back Thursday. If he still wanted me to come, then I'll do it. He ended up signing me. I went up there, and they had 2 running backs. One of them didn't meet the standards, and the other one was pretty darn good. But he had a turf toe injury, and I ended up playing the next game. So I played a couple of games and then tore my meniscus, and I was out for the season. But at the end of the season, they decided to sign me back because of the role that I play. I'm a role player. I'm going to do whatever the team needs. I played kickoff. I blocked on kickoff return. We had no sacks when I was at running back with QB pressure. So just going into this year, they liked me. So they ended up not signing the starting running back, and they called me and was like, hey, you have the job of the starting running back if you want it. So we can renegotiate your contract now, and if that's what you want to do, then the job is yours. And I signed the same day.
Wow.
So that's when I'm excited. I've never been going into my professional career being a starting running back.
So it's not just like all the exciting stuff with you. You're going to do even the not exciting stuff, right? Like you a role player, team player, whatever you need, I'm here for it.
Most certainly. If you look on my arena football highlight, you're going to see me up running down on kickoff, making big plays, stopping guys on the 5-yard line, laying the boom on guys. Like you're going to really see me giving extra effort in anything that I do. Like I don't mind if an offensive lineman go down, I'm playing left tackle, left guard. I go play linebacker, safety, whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? There's only 8, 9 guys on the field at a time, and there ain't much field to cover. So show me where you want me to be at the end of the play, and I'm gonna get to that depth.
I'm on that.
You hear
me? I hear you, man. Yo, okay. Now, have you been paying attention to what's going on with Grambling this offseason?
Most definitely.
Dude, like, what are your thoughts on what Hugh Jackson's doing, what Grambling's doing as far as recruiting and all that stuff?
I like the Hugh Jackson era right now because he's not competing with anyone. He already set the destination in his GPS. You know what I'm saying? You know how you set your destination in your GPS and you take the wrong exit or take the wrong highway? It's going to reroute you. The destination the same, but the route might change. You feel me? So with that being said, he might not get the guy he wants or he might not get the guy he need, but he's going to get a guy that can do the same thing. He's not competing with the Jackson State. He's not competing with Southern. He's not competing. He's just simply getting the guys. He's assembling the guys that he need to complete his vision. He Picasso to me right now. He painting his picture. He letting everybody see visuals of the picture, but he won't unveil the canvas yet. We see all these portraits being made, he bringing out all the paint brushes, all the paints, and it's looking real good, bright and beautiful. But we just see what he wants us to see. And I really appreciate the simple fact that he's going out and he's doing these things and he's piecing this puzzle together to give us some hope. You know what I'm saying? I really want Grambling to do exactly what Grambling does, and that's win. When I came in, we restored the winning. Before I got there, we was 0-1. I mean, we was 0-11, 0-12, 1-11, things of that nature. And I didn't lose that many games while I was at Grambling. So we restored their winning history. So I feel like he's doing a lot of stuff to restore the Grambling State football, and I'm excited about it.
How do you think NIL deals are changing the landscape of HBCU recruiting right now, or even HBCU players, like their mindset? How do you think the NIL deals are playing a role in this current climate?
Right now, it has a positive effect on the guys. At Grambling State, we get a check at the end of the year for $500 for being an athlete. At these other schools, they get checks monthly for their apartments, for eating and things of that nature. These big schools, they get per diems monthly, and we don't get those type of per diems. We just get that one check at the end of the year that you have to apply for, show receipts for, things of that nature. So with these guys being able to get these NIL deals, it shows that you too are appreciated. You know, you too are appreciated for the hard work you put in and learning these plays and dedicating, being up at 6 a.m. for workouts and still going to class. You too are appreciated for being a student athlete, holding up, you know what I'm saying, your books and holding up your performance on the field and doing all these outside things while maintaining perfection on the field. These guys are perfecting themselves. They're not just playing because they want to. They playing because it's a lifestyle that they're trying to create for the future. So I feel like with this movement, these guys too can be appreciated.
How do you think how do you think things would have been changed a little bit if there were NIL deals when you were playing?
It's funny you say that right now because I'm working on some stuff that shall remain nameless. But if I had this opportunity, I would be so up in the game because when we was playing against Arizona, we was beating them 21-3 or something like that.
I remember that.
And I was on the sideline, and my coach was like, "Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing to the camera. You can see him on the camera. Don't say nothing." And I turned around and I said, "Why not Grambling?" You know what I'm saying? And that "Why not Grambling," that's my slogan. That belongs to me. I copyrighted that. That is, if you see "Why not Grambling" anywhere, that is mine. It belongs to me and my people, my PR team, and things of that nature. So that is going to do something for these guys in the future, and I'm looking to move forward with that. The Icon Selective Group is coming out soon, and they're going to help these guys with some NIL deals, and I want to be a part of that movement. But if I had the NIL movement, that "Why not Grambling," I could have sold T-shirts, hats, cardigans, with leather jackets, whatever, and I would have been on top of the game, and people would have wanted that. You see, "Why not Jackson State? Why not this? Why not that?" That came from Grambling. That came from the Grambling State. I was instituted at that college, that historical black college. So when everybody is using that, you know what I'm saying, that is a focal point to something that I said nationally on television that everybody felt like I got to get on that movement. That movement was phenomenal. So without me being able to benefit from that, everybody else benefited but me because it was against NCAA rules and things of that nature.
Wow, you're right. And I can't imagine, I mean, all the stuff that would have sold out, right? The Mr. Excitement stuff definitely would have sold like crazy, right?
Facts.
Like everything. Like you probably would be, yeah, I don't gonna talk about it too much, but yeah, it would have been crazy.
You feel me? You feel me? Like the apparel would be crazy. Travel game apparel, bookstore apparel.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Don't even play no games. Don't play no games like I wouldn't be in Walmart right now looking at "Why not Grambling" T-shirts.
Those are facts. Those are facts.
Come
Those
on,
are
man.
facts. Yo, so okay. So much has changed in the last year or so, right? Once Deion Sanders kind of came into the Jackson State, like that kind of shifted the atmosphere a little bit. What do you think about the change in the atmosphere since he's come?
It's definitely been a positive effect on Jackson State, who don't want to play for Deion. Deion makes sure those guys get a lot of CV time, in which we lacked. We had a couple of games of the week that would get televised, but mostly every game that he played was on TV. He had 24-hour camera crews. behind the scene camera crews. He's giving these guys something to look forward to. If every institution or every football program did things like this, it would give it a booster, because every school have a different fan base and different supporters. They want to see what they're kind of investing in. They want to see outside of just us playing on game day. Dion gives them that. He gives them locker room talk. He gives them good vibes. He gives them post game after the, you know what I'm saying, after the win in the locker room. He's creating something that you want to be a part of. And I feel like that movement has trickled down. You know, SWAC football is a copycat league. If one team is doing successful in the 4-2 defense, the rest of them are going to jump in the 4-2 defense, because they feel like guys cannot score or have as much success in a 4-2 defense. But with Dion, I feel like everybody is seeing that, and I think they're going to give people a little bit more of how the program works and what goes on from the day-to-day base, and some of Hugh's speeches and some of the players giving back and things of that nature. I feel like that movement he created has a positive effect on everybody. Everybody can learn from it. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that'll work for everybody. But I feel like that is what changed the atmosphere about him giving a little bit more due to his resources. And I feel like everybody else is gathering those resources to have that same success with visuals and things of that nature, to give us a little bit more of the program.
I love it. How often have you kind of went back, right, and hung out or spent some time with Grambling Knights or with your Grambling football team?
Some of those guys live in Houston, so I train some of those guys sometimes. I work out with them. We still hit the gym. They still hit me up. I'm in a group message with half of the guys that are on the team, and some of them have went to PV and things of that nature. But we oftentimes get together and, you know, just go out and have a good time and just chill and just kind of reflect. Chad Williams is one of my good friends. Me and Chad spent a month on off season working out together, and I still have a great deal of contact with these guys. So it's all good. Like I said, off the field, we have created this brotherhood in which I have a brother for life now. He's not my teammate anymore, and we don't play football together no more because we're not separate race, but this is still my brother for life. We still go to the Bayou Classics together, Mardi Gras together. Chad just left Houston. He came down to check a couple of my clubs out here in Houston out. You know what I'm saying? He come and he supports. So, you know what I'm saying? Those still my brothers for life.
I love that. Yo, so okay, if you had a chance, right? You're speaking to a current Grambling player going into the season. What was some advice that you would give them heading into the season, trying to restore the program? Because you were in that same situation, right? The program was a little bit down, needed some restoration. What would you, if you're talking to a player right now, giving them advice, what would you tell a player currently playing for Grambling?
Man, just do your job. Do your job, and that will show people the way. If you do your job, people often came to me in the middle of a game and was like, man, I need this from you. They expected that from me because I do my job. Mm-hmm. And that allowed me to become a leader. You do your job to your best ability, then that's how you become a leader, because you're going to make plays. You're going to make plays. So when you voice your opinion, they're going to listen. Vice versa, somebody else trying to voice their opinion who don't make plays and don't do the extra, or don't run 100 miles an hour, or don't give 100%, he's likely not to get a response. But a guy that does his job and becomes a leader, that's when you have a lot of success.
I love it. Okay, so we just came back from the HBCU Combine. It just happened this past weekend, right? It was incredible. Aeneas Williams was there. Donald Driver was there. Dominique Rogers-Cromartie, right? All these HBCU legends, right? Who were basically, there to spend some time with the players while they were kind of, giving their absolute best in front of almost every team was represented. Right, like 32 NFL teams were there. I saw scouts from the Saints, the Saints, the Steelers. I mean, almost every team was there on hand. How do you think a event like that? What do you think the impact of an event like that is for HBCU players?
That's very impactful, man. These guys get a chance to showcase their talent, in which they don't get a lot of TV time to do so. They always say, no matter where you go, you know what I'm saying, the good always find the great talent. If they want you and you're doing what you're supposed to, they'll do it. But this is a different matter right here. We got the NFL Combine, which showcases everybody nationally on television. But now that they see that a lot of these guys that are still in the NFL coming from HBCUs, You know what I'm saying? These guys are coming from smaller schools, Cooper Kupp and all these guys, Chester Rogers, Trent Williams, David Moore. All these guys went to Grambling State and small schools, HBCUs, and to give these guys a platform with all these eyes in one spot at the same time, that is something that we didn't have. We just had Pro Day. Pro Day is cool, but these guys got multiple Pro Days to go to. In reference to this combine that these guys had, everybody's in one spot with one main focus. They don't have to leave that spot to go to another spot. So with all these guys getting all these eyes in one spot and getting to showcase their talent, man, I feel like that's something that these guys, us, been longing for, and they have it right now, and I think they're taking full advantage of it.
Talk to me about what Pro Day was like, because I don't know, and most people wouldn't know, right? Like at a HBCU, who's there? Do all 32 teams come, right? Do they send representation? Who's at these Pro Days, right? And then, like, how is it set up?
Pro Day is based on what you have. Whenever my junior year, when I came out, we didn't have many guys that was going to go to the NFL. So we didn't have many teams, probably like 8 or 9 teams came to see our guys. So Chad Williams went and he worked out at Louisiana Tech because they had all 32 teams there. So we didn't have a lot of guys at our Pro Day. But my senior year when I came out, we had all 32 teams there. We had Devontae Kincaid, Montreal Meander, myself. We had guys that could actually go to the league, and all these teams wanted to see us. We had Montreal Meander running a 4.3, and they knew he was fast, but they didn't know he was 4.3 fast. Kincaid got a rocket launcher, but they didn't know he was that agile. They didn't know he can move like that. So these was 32 teams that wanted to see us in person, you know what I'm saying, versus just seeing us on TV and highlight tapes. Highlight tapes look good. Everybody highlight tapes look good. But they wanted to see how you look in the adverse moments. They set up courses and they set up drills and a lot of obstacles for us to overcome, and they like what they seen. So Pro Day is basically on what you have to offer as far as players having an opportunity to go to the NFL, and which we did. So we did have all 32 teams there. We did have a lot of representatives there. And we had a crowd full of people as if it was game day. So that was nice. But other than that, man, it's the typical drills. It's the typical obstacles. It's the typical rundown. They just come out and see what you guys can do in these orchestrated drills, and if they like what they see, then they put it down on their paper and take it back to the main office and put you in the drafts.
I love it. So if they like what they see, do they then call you in for another private workout? Do you have to go to another workout and perform again?
Oftentimes, if you have a good agent and you had a good Pro Day, these teams that are really interested in you, they'll call you back for their private workout. They want to see you run routes with their quarterback. They want to see you run, you know what I'm saying, they playbook, or how you do in this and that. So Chad Williams had a great deal of that. I think Chad Williams went in the 3rd round to the Cardinals. And from his personal experience and just being around him, he got a nice handful of visits, and they worked him out, and they really fell in love with him. That's why he went so high in the 3rd round, because he went and he represented. So yes, sir, after you have a good Pro Day, they do call you in for workouts after the fact, and just kind of see what you got on your own. They make you get on that horse and see if you can really go to work for real.
Man, that's tough. It seems like a whole lot of workouts. Do you feel like, I guess, do you get tired? Do you get fatigued like in that circuit?
Nah, it's just like you know what's to come.
Got it.
You signed up for this. Just imagine if you had a whole bunch of interviews with guys like me or Odell Beckham and Tom Brady and Drew Brees back to back to back to back. Like, that's a lot of interviews, man. That's a lot of questions you got to get together. That's a lot of editing you have to do. But at the end of the day, when I get done with this project, it's going to be the shit mix. You know you got a lot of content after all these great interviews, after visiting all these teams that could possibly draft me. I got all the energy y'all need, boss. Yes, sir. I got all the energy y'all need. I got it all.
I feel that. Yo, that happened to me at the Celebration Bowl. We got to Radio Row, and I was there, and the lady who was over, she just kept bringing people to me, right? She was just bringing them in for interviews, and by the end of it, and I hadn't eaten all day, and I'm big, so I have to make sure that I get my food in. But she kept bringing them to me, and I'm like, I'm hungry, I'm tired, but whatever, bring it. You know what I mean? Like, bring them. Let's do it. Let's work. And I feel you. I understand that completely. Yo, it's been amazing. Dude, you always exciting, man. So I'm always happy to talk to you. It's an amazing situation for me all the time. I need to ask you this. We ask this too. We ask this all the time. Dude, there are a bunch of people who still support, love, cheer for, and care about Mr. Excitement, right? How can those people keep you prayed up, right? What can they go to God for you about? If they're praying for you, right? If they're hoping the best for you, what can they pray about for Mr. Excitement?
Man, just tell them to pray for consistency in me, man. A consistent, healthy season. And I promise you that the excitement that you guys love to watch week in and week out will continue to come. Injuries are part of the game, but if I'm a healthy Mr. Excitement, then I'm a force to be reckoned with. So just pray for consistency and good health, and I promise you that I'll deliver in your favor as God deliver in mine.
Amen. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Yo, we thank you for being here with us, dude. It's always an incredible time. We appreciate you spending some time with us.
No problem, man. I appreciate you for allowing me to be on your platform, man, to shed a little light. Anytime, any place, anywhere I am, man, we can always do this. If you ever want me back again, don't hesitate to reach out. And like I said, man, I appreciate you for the platform, and I appreciate you for shedding light on myself.
Yes, sir. That's iconic. I appreciate you.
Appreciate it.